Do you want to hear something crazy? They're going to cut down the trees and bury them in the ground to fight global warming. This is the latest big idea. It's the latest big thing among the globalists, and it's backed financially by Bill Gates, of course. I'm going to get a little bit more into that, but I want to say this. I'm here in this beautiful area in my local woods. I love nature. I love the trees that you can see around me, and I spend a lot of time out in nature. These people talking about green energy, environmentalism, and all that. When you hear those words, what that means is not saving nature, saving wildlife, because they don't care about that. Now let me make one thing very clear. I care about the environment, and I think that we need to reduce the impact that human activity has on the planet. We need to move away from plastics, using plastics for everything. I have actually sailed through a small floating island of plastic waste out in the ocean. That was not very nice. It was not a nice thing to see. Deforestation is another huge problem, and how species are just being eradicated around the globe is also a massive problem. But what these globalists are talking about has nothing to do with any of that. What we're seeing is a power play. We're seeing that they are grabbing every opportunity to get more power, more influence, and they're using the word green and renewable energy and things like that. They're just using that to get more power, more influence, and it needs to stop, and we need to call these people out. So I have an article here from I think Forbes, and there's a paywall there, but apparently the writer is a communist, so I think he would be okay with me sharing a little bit from his article. Now there's a company called Kodama Systems, and they have raised 6.6 million in seed funding from Bill Gates, Breakthrough Energy and others. After cutting down the trees, they plan to bury them to help slow climate change and to reap saleable carbon offsets, and maybe someday tax credits too. Now it's quite important to understand that this is not about controlled burnings or cutting down trees in certain areas to prevent forest fires. This is on a completely different scale, and it's not about that. Kodama Systems, they want to cut down and bury more than 5,000 tons of trees per year. And it's quite likely that this will spread. Other companies, when they see that there's profit in doing this, they will start doing this as well, and they will just start cutting down the forests, burying the trees in the ground. And I must say that if you can't point your finger at that and say that that's lunacy, then I don't know what to say to you, because I mean, it is. It would be a joke if it wasn't true. I mean, it's crazy. It is completely crazy, and it just shows us how far removed these people are from nature. They don't care about nature, and they don't care about us. I think this is about making people dependent on electric power, their electric power. It's about money, it's about control, and there is nothing new about that. The ruling class has always been obsessed with those things, And I think that we are moving into an era now with much less freedom. Unless you detach from modern society, it can be done. I believe it is our duty to call these people out. I believe that we must use our voice and we must form communities. Now, this YouTube channel has become sort of a community, and if you write a comment there in the comment section, please do, share your opinions and about this. And also speak up, speak out, and let people know about these things, because this is important. And as I said, we need to call these greedy globalists out, and we need to call them for what they are. Now, I am fully aware that it is risky here on YouTube to talk about climate change. But I can tell you this, and this one is quite funny. YouTube, did you know that YouTube has now, they're offering policy training. You can take an online course, I think it is, in policy training. If you've been a naughty boy, you can do policy training. Yeah. So, yeah. All the wrong people are applauding that, by the way. So, yeah. So that's how it is. And by the way, if you want to support this channel, please consider subscribing. It always helps. Now, we need to get back to nature. And I mean, I've said this many times, but I want to use this opportunity here in this video as well to just say it again. We need to connect with nature. We need to get back to nature. And why is that? Well, it's healthy and it's good, but it's also a connection that you will need in order to understand how the world works. Now, I'm not going to get into this too much here in this video, but I mean, these people who believe that cutting down trees will save the planet, cutting down trees and burying them in the ground will save the planet, they are removed from nature. They must be. Because they don't see the whole picture. They don't see what I see when I look around in an area like this. So, yeah. And by the way, look at this knife. Isn't that a nice little sucks? Sent to me by Castricum Knives, and he didn't ask for any attention at all, but I just wanted to do a shout out to Castricum Knives here, and thank you for sending me this wonderful little socks, and also for helping to keep our Norse knife traditions and our Norse knife culture alive. Green has become a code word for you get less, they get more, and also a code word for destruction. Because what I'm seeing is that all this renewable energy comes at a tremendous cost. Here in Norway and in other countries, of course, they are devastating enormous areas to build wind turbines, and the wind turbines themselves, I know this is on YouTube's list of things that we're not supposed to criticize, but just have a look at what they're made of, how long they last. I saw a photo of an eagle with its wing cut off. There's a woman holding up the dead eagle that had one of its wings cut off by one of the blades on a wind turbine. That's disturbing. It's something that should never happen. And that image alone should tell us that this must stop. This is not the right way forward. It needs to stop. But again, the people making decisions, they don't care about nature. They don't care about wildlife. When I got here this morning, I saw a beaver swimming just, 10 meters away from me. I tried to move silently through the woodland, and I just kept standing still, Such a wonderful moment to, just watching the little beaver there going about with its business. It was moving a twig, not a big log, just a little twig around in the water. It's autumn now, so I don't know. Maybe it's getting ready for winter, and it probably is building a hut somewhere, a beaver hut. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. And I hope that you noticed that this time I sorted out my old mosquito headnet hat. I rolled up the sides like this, so now I'm very fashionable. And consider subscribing to this channel, it really helps, and leave a comment in the comment section, that helps as well. I think this is important, what we're talking about here, and yeah, okay. Also check out one of the other videos that should pop up here on the end screen, and have a nice day. Bye.